What is going on, everybody? Welcome to Creating for Money, the live stream version. I'm your host, Billy Thorpe, and I decided to take my podcast, my weekly podcast of talking about how to help you create money with your content, to doing a live show, doing a series of live shows. Now we'll see where this ends up, but currently we are over on Bullhorn. We're doing a room here on Clubhouse, which I'm just now firing up as well. So we're here on Clubhouse as well. So if you're in one of these spaces, be sure to say hello. We're on Facebook and YouTube. We're restreaming everywhere. So we're really excited. Had a couple little technical issues, but we are making it. We're making it. So we're gonna pin some links here in the Clubhouse room. If you're in there, I see some friends jumping in. I see Dimple jumping in and Pedro jumping in and Melissa. So we're gonna be talking about podcast marketing. We're gonna give you some different ideas. There may be some stuff that you've heard. Maybe we'll take some live calls here on Bullhorn, and we'll just see what happens. We're gonna have some fun. It's a little bit like, oh no, gosh, here we are. We're stuck in tech freaking dilemma, but now we're back. And so today, I'm joined once again by my friend Sid Meadows. So I'm gonna bring Sid on. And Sid, what's going on, my man? How are you?
Billy, I'm doing great. How are you? I'm struggling to find the Clubhouse room.
Well, man, I just started it. Let me see if I can ping you in there, and I'll share the link with you. And by the way, I see Michael, Sterling, John in the audience. What's up, guys? Good to see you. Oh, they just they changed everything over here on Clubhouse, so I'm going to share this with you right now, Sid, and then you can jump in.
Ping me something. Yeah, I can't see it.
Awesome.
But it's great to be here tonight, Billy. I'm excited about this conversation. It's really weird. It's not showing up in the...
Not showing up in the hallway? Oh, no.
Okay, there you are.
All right, so I hear a little bit of little bit of let me turn that down. There we go. Maybe this will work.
I muted myself on Clubhouse too. So did that help?
Yeah, I think that helps. So I think everyone can hear us. If not, leave us a little back chat there. I believe the back chat is open. So let us know that you can hear us. And if you want to, you're more than welcome to join us over here on bullhorn.fm. If you're listening, it's a live feed, both video and audio, and it's kind of cool because it's actually a podcast player. So we are going live on there and then restreaming our audio over to Clubhouse as well. So pretty cool. So we do have a whole show rundown. Like I said, I'm joined by my friend Sid here, and we're going to be talking about how to market your podcast and maybe give you some different marketing ideas. And then we're going to open it up, maybe bring some people on the Clubhouse stage, maybe do some call-ins, that kind of thing. But we're going to do this a little bit different than normal because we actually do have, Sid, like a little bit of a show rundown. And we wanted to add some cool, I'll say cool segments. Maybe we're cool. I don't know if you and I are cool enough.
I'm too old to be cool. But hey, Billy, I'm looking at the chat on Bullhorn over here. And Ty in Bullhorn is saying that he cannot hear us in Bullhorn.
He can't hear us. Okay. Well, don't know what to tell him because I don't know. I'll change it over.
He basically says, check the mic settings for your dashboard.
Okay. Yeah, I did. It's fine. I'm not going to worry about it. We tried to get on earlier using Bullhorn and couldn't. So if they can't hear, then that's on them, man, because I don't know what else to do because we try to go right through that platform. So what's up, everybody? Welcome. And so what we're going to do is kind of get into a couple of other things before we get into the topic. And it's because we just want to be a resource for you when you're trying to figure out, as a content creator, how do I create my own economy? I think that's one of the biggest things that I've want to help content creators do is make a decision. Do you want to create your own economy with your podcast, with your live stream show, with your book, whatever it is that you're creating? The creator economy is pretty big. So with that said, we want to keep people up to date in what's going on. So here's a new segment called News to Me. All the stuff I should know, or maybe not I should know.
Okay. First thing is, I think we need to record that intro with, news to me with somebody else saying it. Yeah,
no, it's lame, too much fun. You know why I love you, Sid? Here's why I love you. Because you and I are like a mullet. You know what a mullet is?
I know what a mullet is.
Okay, you know what a mullet is. And if anybody doesn't know what a mullet is, just go Google Billy Ray Cyrus from like 1998. So Sid is the business. So he's the front part of the haircut, the real nice shaped, professional, and then I'm the party in the back, like wild, blown in the wind.
Is it really a party in the back?
Yeah, dude, that's what a mullet is. It's business in the front, party in the back. I'm going to add some topics here on Clubhouse as well.
Well, if you'd make me a mod, I could help you with that too, by the way.
Perfect.
Sorry.
Perfect. You know what? I haven't moderated the Clubhouse room and multi-streamed and all that kind of stuff. Hats off to people like Michael Sterling in the audience who do this on a weekly basis. There's a lot going on and a lot of tech stuff that could mess up and no sound. Okay, so Resty says no sound. So I'm going to go ahead and just finish up the live stream over there on Bullhorn. No sense in wasting bandwidth if it ain't working. So we'll just go ahead and cut that out. So
we'll send him a message.
Yeah, we'll talk to him later about it. So Sid, I'm going to pass the mic to you because a couple cool things have come out in the world of social media and using social for their business, which is what you help do. So I'm going to pass it over to you, and then I'll come back and talk about a couple. Maybe you do one, I'll do one, you do one, I do one, and then we'll finish it up and move on.
Sure.
What do you say?
Yeah, absolutely. So that sounds good. So the first thing I wanted to talk about today was Instagram. And this week, in fact, I think it was today that Instagram announced their new Creator Lab. Now, this announcement was made in a reel by Mosseri, and he's the head of Instagram. And this reel is actually posted in his feed as well, so you could go over there and check it out. But what they did with the announcement is that the programming is for creators by creators. And there are three primary areas that they're going to be focusing on here in sharing content, which one is finding your voice, which is, as they describe, the expressive side of being a creator. The next area they're going to focus on is building a community. And the third area is the business side of being a creator. Now, you can see all of this on Mosseri's feed, or you can also head over to creators.instagram.com, where the hub is there. You can also follow @creators on Instagram, and they're going to be sharing content to help other content creators understand the platform, but also how to make money. So I'm really interested to see how this develops, Billy, and where this goes. I followed the page today, went to their website, and kind of did some snooping around. So what do you think about that?
Yeah, man, I think all that stuff is pretty interesting as far as, and I'm not really on Instagram that much, but I think anything that benefits the creator, if these big companies really are going to be there for the creator, and I know, like, I feel like at times Clubhouse does, at times maybe Instagram or whatever, but I haven't really, to be honest with you, I haven't really seen any good monetization strategies from any of these companies that really will be like, cool, I can really be a content creator and make some money from their monetization platforms. And maybe that's because I'm, stuck on sponsorships or whatever and in other areas of making some money. But speaking of sponsorships, and Sid, I don't know if you got the link, if you can pin it up here, but at the end of this live stream, I'm going to give away one of my Creating for Money sponsorship workshops. It's a replay. Sid, it was actually the one that you're a part of. And so we're doing a little giveaway through King Sumo. Now, we're going to talk about this later, but King Sumo is a really good way for people to be able to utilize, giveaways and manage them properly to be able to grow their audience and get other people involved. So do you see that, or you need me to pin it up there?
No, Billy, I got it. I'm doing it right now, adding the link in.
Perfect. Awesome.
And it should be there it is at the top of the room, so everybody can click on it and do so.
You're a good personal assistant.
First time multitasking like this,
dude. I know, it's like multi-streaming, multitasking. You're a good personal assistant, though. I'm going to keep you around.
Wait a minute. I thought I was the front of the brain, the good-looking one, the smart one, the business one.
I said you're the business guy. I'm the party guy. This is why. No.
Oh my goodness. So, Billy, what do you got in the news? So,
man, a couple of cool in the news. Here we are. We're newscasters for content creators. But a couple things which I'm going to invite Michael Sterling up a little bit later here to kind of jump into it. But Amazon just relaunched a new live radio app called AMP. And so I guess they're using all their licensing deals with music and all that kind of stuff to let people get on their app and DJ like live music rooms, I guess, or live music spaces. Now, I was in Michael's room earlier, or not earlier today, but earlier this week, and somebody was talking about how it was kind of weird that you had to like wait for people to get in there before you were allowed to like start playing music. So maybe a little bit more clunky, but if some of you guys are out there who love music, maybe you've always thought about being a radio DJ, this might be a kind of a cool spot, or maybe you're already a radio DJ, might be something kind of cool to check out. And I don't know. I mean, I'm not really interested in music that much, to be honest, so I would not get into it, but that's why I haven't chased a shiny object.
I haven't been over there either, Billy, because I kind of like you, there's only so many places you can go. I do think it's really interesting though, that aspect that you can play copyrighted music on their platform. I've seen a couple of people tweet about it, as well as post on Instagram about how they've been over there hanging out. I mean, Amazon's a huge platform with a built-in audience.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see how they bring the audience from one side of Amazon into this. But, you know, the other thing I'm curious, I know that you are an Amazon creator, as well as other people are. I see Katie Brinkley down in the audience. I know she's doing it. So I'm curious if they're going to try to figure out how to merge the two, and if they'll use the audio for you to promote products as that Amazon influencer as well.
Yeah, I mean, maybe so. I mean, I don't know if they'll merge it, because I think Amazon Live creators, my dog always wants to be a part of the live stream, but I think Amazon Live creators are a little bit different because it's more about the product and not really about the experience. I mean, I don't know that much, but kind of listening to some other rooms here on Clubhouse, people, you know, are really saying, hey, we're creating these really cool music experiences with, you know, with this platform. So I think that's kind of cool. But you got anything else over there, Sid? And I got one more after you. I'll let you knock it out.
Actually, I do. So I'm going to switch from, I have two more actually, Billy, but I'm going to switch from Instagram to LinkedIn. As if you're on Clubhouse and we're connected, you know that LinkedIn is really my preferred platform. It's the one I enjoy the most. And so Chris Faglio actually shared this information with us this week, and I thought it was really interesting. I did some research on it, but LinkedIn recently announced a podcast network, which I think is really cool. There's about 12 podcasts that are part of their network. But if you go over to the LinkedIn Podcast Network page, you can see all the podcasts. You can click on them and you can learn about it. But an interesting to note that down at the bottom of the page, they've added a form that if you want to build your podcast community on LinkedIn, that you fill out a form with the information about your podcast, and then they'll reach out to you and contact you about your podcast being part of the LinkedIn network as well. So I'm going to check this out for the Amazing Entrepreneurs Club podcast, just to see how it might work. But I was really interesting. I thought I would be able to read more about it, but it just says click here and it takes you to a form. So I think a little bit in typical LinkedIn fashion, they're going to be slow to roll this out, do a lot of evaluation, but I'm going to fill the form out tomorrow and see what happens.
Yeah, that's interesting, man. You know, I kind of have like one of those spots for like LinkedIn where I'm like, you know what? I don't, just because here's the thing, I want to do a live video on there so bad when I heard about it, and it took them eternity to roll that thing out to the public. And so by the time they got it out to me, I was like, you know what, man, I'm done. Like I'm already doing, you know, a million other things. So hopefully, you know, if they really want to do it, like, dude, get the podcast community involved. Like get the lead out of your ass and like, let's get this thing rolling, you know, like,
well, that's part of LinkedIn's problem is that everything they do rolls out very methodically and slow. They did only do their audio rooms for like 200 people. Now it's up to 400 people. I actually, after they launched audio, I went and applied to be a LinkedIn creator. Because then I get a creator manager, but I would just see what happens with it. And hopefully they figured that out. Maybe there's a way to actually merge LinkedIn audio and LinkedIn video together. So they're putting a huge focus on the creator though. And I think that's what's important.
Oh yeah, that's pretty cool, man. We'll see how that one rolls out. And then, dude, I came across something today. Actually, I got this from Pod News. And if people aren't subscribed to that, you should definitely check it out when it comes to like podcasting stuff. But this is actually a video thing. So I guess one department of Google is called Google Area 120, but they just introduced ALoud, so it's spelled ALOUD, and it allows you to dub any video into different languages. So, you know, it's like, and right now so it's kind of crazy. So like, I guess we can take this video upload it to their platform, and they'll dub it into like Spanish, Portuguese, Indonesian, Hindi, all that kind of thing.
So where does the video hang out that though? Where does it hang out on Google or?
Well, I think it like you upload it similar to like uploading audio and getting a transcript or something. So you upload it, and then it probably just dubs it over, and you can download it and put it wherever you want to. I would imagine.
Okay, then you can upload it again back to like YouTube or something with an indication that this isn't a foreign language.
Yeah. So, and what I like about this so much, man, is I watched a. Here we go, Sid. I'm gonna call you out on your age here. Do you know who Mr. Beast is on YouTube? Your kids do.
This is really rude. And I do consider you my brother from another mother, but this is really rude. I think I'm going to exit. It's nice hanging out with all of you today. All my friends there on Clubhouse. Great to see you. Billy's being rude. So now I have no idea who the Beast is. Did you say his name was the Beast?
Mr. Beast.
No idea who Mr. Beast is.
Well, he's like one of the, he was the #1 YouTuber for 2021. And so does a lot of cool stuff, a lot of innovative stuff. I was watching this interview that he was doing with Joe Rogan, and man, he kind of takes YouTube channels and thinks of them as businesses. So he's built his main channel, which he spends millions of dollars creating video, and he takes all the money he makes from those videos and reinvest. I mean, it's a whole story. But then what he's done is he's taken those same videos from that channel and from several other channels, and he's had them dubbed into different languages. And now he has a Spanish channel, a Portuguese channel, Indonesian, whatever. He has all these different languages. So when you talk about repurposing content, you talk about discoverability, even for podcasters, if you're doing this video piece and you can get into this program or whenever they, launch it for everyone else, it's kind of an interesting platform to say, hey, now I can go and create, 10 different channels in 10 different languages and build my brand like literally all over the world. Especially monetizing on YouTube because it's all based on a CPM model, watch time, clicks, views, all that kind of stuff. So might be an interesting thing.
What I think could be really, really cool about this, Billy, is if you looked at your podcast analytics and you're doing a video podcast and an audio only, right? So you go to the podcast player, maybe to Apple Connect or wherever you get your analytics, and you look at your analytics, and then you look at the countries that the people are listening to, then you identify the country. So let's say India. Let's say you've got a really big following of your podcast in India. Then you could actually take it, if you've done it on video as well, you could take it, upload it to this new Google platform, have it transcribed or dubbed in the native language, and then do a completely separate channel on YouTube. And then you could talk about that actually on the podcast, right? You could actually announce that you've got different language videos available on Google, on YouTube. That's really cool.
Yeah, man, I love it. I think it's one of the, when I saw that article this morning, I was like, wow, that's pretty dope. So I don't know if anybody's using that, but once again, it's you can probably Google it. It's ALoud, ALOUD, and you can get on the. I went ahead and applied to get like early access. I don't know. They were like asking social media numbers and stuff, so I'm probably disqualified.
They want your social security number too.
Yeah, like put your credit card in here. It's $13 a month, but you get all these benefits.
Is it really?
No, it's not.
Okay.
It was just a Google form that I filled out. So yeah, so that was my two big things that I saw, like the live radio app, which I thought was kind of cool. Maybe I'll enjoy it. I don't think I'll be a creator over there, and then also the dubbing of video with different languages was pretty cool.
I just need to say out loud, Billy, I got a couple of people in Clubhouse in the room chat showing me some love that also did not know who this Mr. Beast character was. So big shout out to Homestead Garden Farm, Kayla. George knows of him, but's never seen his videos too. So, hey, Billy, can I do a commercial?
I don't know.
It's not on the script. Can I do a commercial? I was going to do a shout out.
You can do a commercial, yeah.
All right, I'm just gonna do a shout out. Everybody on Clubhouse, look down on the second row, far left-hand side. Young lady there named Kayla. Kayla is a rock star. She is my podcast editor for the Trend Report and for the Amazing Entrepreneurs Club. Does an amazing job. She's a mom of 4 kids and just a rock star. So Kayla, thanks for joining tonight. If you're interested in and you need a podcast editor, reach out to Kayla. Just know that I always come first. Okay. So that's my
Sid,
shout out to Kayla.
Sid, that is a really, really risky. That's a risky move right there, man. Like, it's kind of like telling people who your babysitter is. Like, I never know. Like, if I got a babysitter,
No,
like,
this is
we're never
true.
telling you. You know?
But I love Kayla. She's awesome. She makes my life easy. Those of you that have a podcast editor know how much work they do for you. So Kayla's a rock star. Kayla, appreciate you. All right, Billy, I got one more
All
in
right.
the
All
news or
right.
in the know. Okay.
Let's
I
go.
actually did this today because I wanted to see how it worked. Also, staying on LinkedIn for just a minute. I learned a couple of weeks ago about how you can actually embed a podcast player of an episode on a LinkedIn article. I think this is really cool. So basically what I did is I went to a post and I went to create or write an article. I took the show notes from one of my episodes, copied them, pasted them into the body, and then I clicked a link button to add a link, and I added my Spotify link, and the player shows up embedded in the article. And then I made a few more notes in there. And then I went and shared it. So I published an article and basically was my show notes. And then I embedded the player. It only works with Spotify and SoundCloud links right now. So I embedded the player, then I published the article, then I shared the article on my LinkedIn feed with a few notes about it, and then published it. And so now I used episode 19, which was with Jason from Owl.
Oh, yeah.
So now that player and that episode can get picked up by Google and SEO in additional ways. So it's just another way to actually produce content on LinkedIn, as well as to share the podcast episode, get different listeners, and then another opportunity for Google to pick it up in the search. So I thought it was really powerful. I want to give a shout out to Judy Fox, who's a LinkedIn rock star, who shared that information about how to do that. If you want to know the details of it, just send me a message and I'll send you Judy's article where she did step-by-step of how to actually do that, to embed a podcast player into a LinkedIn article.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. That's a great way to market your podcast, get yourself out there. I'm gonna have to check that out. I think I've heard you maybe say that one other time, but I wasn't really paying attention. So I'm gonna have to take your notes here. But yeah, Jason from Owl, congratulations to him. He just dropped his app into the App Store. I think he was
Sure did.
one of the top rated. So, I'm gonna have him on the show too later. Maybe we can have him here live and talk about how you as a content creator can make money with that. So really appreciate that. And speaking of like marketing stuff, Sid, I want to jump into our list of kind of podcast marketing 101 and some of the things that we're talking about. And I'm going to kind of skip around here a little bit on our notes because I do want to jump down to giveaways, because I am giving away a sponsorship deal here, a workshop that I did. It's pre-recorded, so you're going to get the recording and you're going to get the pitch deck or whatever, the slide deck that I did for the presentation. You're going to get both of those things, and I'm giving away 3 of them, Sid. Not just 1, not just 2, but I'm going to give away 3. And so it's gonna end in 20 minutes. So you got to get the link. Hit the link if you're here on Clubhouse. Tap that link if you're on my Facebook page. I posted it earlier in an earlier post, so scroll down one more post and click that link and go sign up. And if you share it and do all that kind of fun stuff, this probably isn't the best way that I would do a giveaway. I'd probably do one over an extended amount of time. But being the live show, I wanted to put a sense of urgency on it, and really just as a test to see, would people, will you click the link, and will people say, oh man, I only got 20, 30 minutes or whatever, go do that and get entered in to win. But what I do is I use King Sumo. So that's a $50 lifetime app, and you can set up these giveaways, and it's all automated. So anything that you click on that link and look at, it's all automated there. I'm not doing anything about it. I'm not tracking stuff down. I'm doing all that, and it's going to auto close here in about 20 minutes, and it's going to auto pick 3 winners. Now we did get a little bit late start. I would get in there and extend it a little, but I'm not going to, because then I would be distracted. And so anyway, that is one way to get your audience involved, get your community involved, and get them promoting what it is that you're doing. Because with King Sumo, and we've all probably done giveaways before, it is the more stuff you do. You follow me on Instagram, you get a couple points. You follow me on Facebook, you get a couple points. You follow me, or you I can't remember what else. You like click a link or follow me on YouTube, you get some points, and that's more entries that you get to enter that giveaway. So King Sumo, it's $50 for a lifetime license. I know one of our guys that's in the Roadcaster room here on Clubhouse, Wayne, he's a radio host, and he's been crushing it with getting information and data from his followers and his listeners. So that's it. Sid, you been doing anything with giveaways?
I have not done a giveaway at all. I actually have never even thought about a giveaway and what that could do. And I love the idea about the King Sumo gives you extra points if you follow me here and follow me there. I think that'd be really cool to maybe give away some swag or a coaching session, or maybe a free course that you might have, or maybe you have a course like you do that people pay for, but you could give it away. So I love the idea. I've not done it yet, but it's on my list now. Thank you, Mr.
Yeah,
Rock.
man. And I'm just, I've had King Sumo for like a year and a half, but I haven't utilized it. I think tonight's like the second one.
Why am I not surprised at that?
Oh man, I don't know. I just got, I think I gave away a bag of coffee one time. I can't remember. Maybe Donia won that. I can't remember who won it, but so there you go. There's giveaways, and then we're just gonna kind of rip through some of these because it's not, we're not gonna get into the strategy of each one. This show is really just to kind of inspire you, get you thinking a little bit differently. I think our news finds there probably got my mind sparking off. So we'll kind of go and rip through these a little bit. Now, one thing, Sid, I'm doing, and I know you've done a lot, but I'm starting to ramp it up a little bit more, is guest on other people's podcasts. Have you seen that to grow your audience a lot?
Oh gosh, 100%. It's grown my audience. And I love guesting on other people's podcasts because it gives you the opportunity to tap into their audience, to share your insights with their community. If you're promoting something like a book or a program or a course, it's also a great way to really reach another audience, not just on that person's show, Billy, but also to bring that audience into your show. So I really love guesting on other podcasts.
Now, when you guest on other podcasts, how strategic are you about the podcast that you guest on? Are you like really researching it, making sure the audience matches? Like, I know I said we weren't going to dive deep into strategy, but I'm just curious because I'm in this process.
So I just would like everybody to go over to the chat in Clubhouse and give Billy some love for his interviewing skills. He's been kind of down on himself, not asking questions. And he just asked a great question in a really good way. So show Billy some love over in the chat in Clubhouse. But I do research, Billy. I've been on a couple of shows that maybe weren't the best. Okay. And then I've been on some shows that were just awesome. So I've not told anybody no, because I felt like for the most part, they all aligned. But as I get more requests, because they are coming in quite a bit, I am doing a little bit more homework to make sure that it aligns within the right thing. So, here's a good example. If, because I focus on entrepreneurs and small businesses, if somebody called me to want me to talk about digital sales strategies to the employees at IBM, that's a huge audience reach. I'm just not sure it's the right audience for me. That makes sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. Well, one time, and I'll just tell you this, like when I was first guesting on podcasts, I was like, oh, it's just a numbers game. Like I just go be on more people's podcasts and somebody will like me out of that audience. And dude, I started getting booked on Australian podcasts because my name is Billy Thorpe. Billy Thorpe's like an old school rock hero that died in 1997 or 2000 or whatever. Like he's an Australian rock star. And so basically all these Australian podcasters were booking me as like clickbait. And I was so dumb. I didn't catch on very quick. And then I was like, wait a second, why am I on this music podcast? This guy's like, do you like music? I'm like, yeah, kind of. Like I play a little bit of music. And anyway, man, so I wasted all this time just like really feeling uncomfortable. And so now I do vet, I vet the crap out of people, and I don't really care about numbers and size, but I do care about topic and, what are we talking about? And I want to make sure I'm definitely, hitting the audience. So,
Bill, we got a couple of chats over on Clubhouse.
Cool.
Lacey said that she's only guested on other people's podcasts so far and hasn't launched her own yet, but it's been a lot of fun. So, Lacey, what you're doing there is you're building your brand. You're building
Yeah.
your following. Hopefully you're getting people over to your Instagram or to your LinkedIn or here on Clubhouse so that when you do launch, you've got a bigger audience, which is great. And then Chef Kibbe says that every time that he guests, it helps him refine his message, which is great because the more we talk, the more we share who we are, the more we share our pitch, if you will, or our intro, the better we get at it. So, Kibbe, that's a great ad. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I'm getting ready to guest on Mark Savant's podcast. And I mean, I'm not going to be. We're recording tonight, so we're recording late after this live stream. But man, I recorded with him last night. Of course, you know this, Sid, because we did a live stream as well. And man, it is an art to interview people, run your own show, period. Even if you're doing a solo show or co-host a show or whatever you're doing, it is an art to run it. But man, I appreciate your kind words about interviews and people saying great questions, Billy, in the chat. I really appreciate that. But I struggle, and I just don't know. And I'm going to get better at it because I'm going to do it more. I'm bringing people on my show, all that kind of stuff. But in my opinion, like, I love being a guest. Like, if I could guest, because you just show up and talk about yourself. You know what I mean? It's like,
you do that all the time anyway. So.
I love it. I'm so good at it. Maybe that's why I'm a bad interviewer. I'm too curious about myself and not about other people. I'm a narcissist. What can I say?
Billy, when am I going to get an invite to be a guest on your show? Bro, I filled out the application like 2 months ago, and I'm still waiting.
Whoa, look, what are you doing right now? You're not even a guest. I've elevated you to co-host. I've let you into my space. I've basically conned you into this.
You suckered me into this whole
if anybody's looking for a co-host, here's what you do. You just send your friends links and say, hey, can you click on this at 7 o'clock? And then, or 6 o'clock or whatever time it is at your place.
What happens? Yeah.
And then you just
start sending emails. You've got like 2 pages of tips for podcasting. We haven't even gotten there.
We're not even going to hit them all. We're not going to hit them all. So I will say this next one, I'll go ahead and cover this. So the title of this was No Coupons, Podcast Marketing 101. It was my attempt at some levity, at some creativity, because I always make this joke about people's social media marketing looking like a coupon book of new episode out now. And I hammer this, and if anybody is listening that has this, I'm sorry if you've had this and if you've been coached this way, but I think it's the least effective thing I've ever seen in my life when it comes to going to either a personal page where someone's promoting their podcast or a podcast page is new episode out now, and the only thing that changes really is the title of the show and the face of the guest, and it just looks like the same. It looks like a coupon book, and that's what I call it. And so, I want to challenge people to not just put out posts and stuff that says, oh, hey, new episode out now with the same artwork. I get it. It's part of your workflow. It's probably easier than what I'm about to say to do, but it's not made for the people that are looking for your type of content on and I'll say Instagram. I'll just kind of narrow down to Instagram. And I do this in my fishing show. I don't put anything about the podcast on there. Nothing. There's nothing on our grid that says anything about a podcast. Now we announce it in the stories. If we do a live stream, we'll talk about it or whatever. But we are literally giving people that are looking for fishing content what they want, and that is fishing content. So it's people holding up fish, and that's how we interact with our audience as well. Like, hey, send us some fish pictures. We'll put them on the show. We'll put them on our Instagram. And what it's done is went from a couple thousand, people following us to over 5, almost 6,000 people, because we really focus on what they're doing. So that's the honey. And then, it's like, okay, cool. Now the podcast is just the extra. So, and I see this a lot in like the sports podcast world. It's like, oh, new episode. I'm like, dude, let LeBron James do the marketing for you. Like, he's the guy who's getting all the eyeballs. Let him continue, like, commentate on that, and then send them over to your podcast as like a bonus. What do you think about that, Sid? You think I'm full of, you think, oh, where's my beat button?
I love it, actually, because You're right. I've seen it. I'm guilty. I'll be the first person to raise my hand and say I do
Well,
post the
I was
cover
talking about
art.
you. That's where I got this piece of content. I was looking at
So
yours.
I wish we weren't live video wise on so many feeds because I might have to, but anyways, but I have done it. It's not something I prefer to do. I do it a lot of times, Billy, just to shortcut running out of time and, not having everything pre-scheduled. So I mean, I'm just like every other entrepreneur. I'm busy and sometimes you forget to do things. So I've done it. I'm guilty of it. But I love the idea, especially like in the niche podcast, to really focus on the product and the end result. But then you're building an audience. And when you do your stories, those people see the stories. We're announcing the episodes. When you do your lives, those people see that. So it's drawing them into it. And to kind of add to that, I mentioned this to you earlier. Simon, who's a community member on Clubhouse, did something not too long ago that I thought was really cool, which was he had the guest actually make a Instagram story video that he shared on his story that said something like, "Hey, I'm Sid. I'm really excited to have recorded with Billy on Creating for Money. Be sure that you go check out that episode and follow along with Creating for Money," or something like that. I thought that was a great promotional type of video to do
Yeah, that's
that
cool.
really is promoting the podcast, but it's not a typical here's the cover art and here's the link to listen. It was before, like weeks before the episode would actually go live. So I really, really liked that.
Yeah, that's a good idea, man. I think any of those kind of, and we've done that in the fishing space too. Like we've had like fishing guides take over our Instagram, for a day or two or whatever. Now, for some of you, you're like, oh, I don't want anybody taking over my Instagram. Like that's kind of creepy. Really what they do is create a bunch of content and send it to you, and then you upload it on your behalf. It's not like you give free reign access to your Instagram account. So I know sometimes when I mention that,
sounds weird, right? Like
people,
my Instagram,
yeah, they like freak out. They're like, no, that's not going to happen. But I think it's a cool thing to do, to have somebody give you all their content, and maybe you even help doctor it up. Maybe that's part of the trade, and say, hey, I'm going to promote you on my Instagram for a whole day. I think that's pretty cool. Maybe a lot of work, but I definitely think it creates some excitement.
Here's an idea to go along with that. What if you did a takeover trade with another podcaster that you shared an audience with?
Oh, okay. Yeah, that'd be cool.
Like I support entrepreneurs, you support entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
So what if we did an Instagram takeover and I took over your Instagram feed one day and you took over mine? That could be actually a really fun, engaging way to cross pollinate the community, right? So your followers come to me and vice versa. So I think that's a really cool idea of something that you could do to get more reach, especially if you share an audience but do different things.
Yeah, I would love to do that, Sid. Hey, Amazing Entrepreneurs Club, just go follow my podcast, Creating for Money. Done. No,
you can't be trusted, Billy. You can't be trusted. Well, all right, Billy, let's do a couple of more points because we got some hands raised over in Clubhouse. So what's the next point?
All right, so let's look here. So we talked about kind of an IG takeover, and you've talked about the video, like have them send you a video, a little testimony, that kind of thing. So the next thing I would say is to go live with your guest. I think that's if you have a guest on your show, or even if you don't, go live on your Instagram, talk about the episode, prime people up. Don't give away the goose or whatever, however you say it. But just go prime people up for that episode before it comes out. Or better yet, if you do have a guest on, both of you jump on there. More people on live together is more mix of audiences and that kind of thing. So similar to what you're saying, if we're mixing it up, like let's mix it up the right way and get the good audiences and, whatever. I mean, I see that all the time. If I go live by myself, 5 people. If I go live with somebody else, maybe I get 10, 15, 20 people. Depends on who it is.
Every time I go live with someone else, I always get more followers on my Instagram. But I'm curious, your answer to this question, and then we throw it over to Clubhouse too in the chat. Is it better to go live on Instagram before the show launches or maybe a week or so after the show launches? So there's strategies that could support both.
Yeah.
You're priming the pump before, but you could let it normally drop. get however many downloads you get in the first week, and then maybe the second week you do the live to pump it up to that audience and to get more downloads. So what are your thoughts? And
Yeah.
if you're in Clubhouse, over in the room chat, type before or after. Let us know what your thoughts are about which one.
Yeah, I think my thought is like always the balance of promotion. Like, how do you, because if you're doing weekly shows, probably in that week you're promoting that week's show. And so it's like, how do you fit that in there? Like, is that a part of your work? Like whatever. Because I know for our show, like we're promoting one show, email, newsletter, all those different places. So it might feel a little bit weird to go, hey, let me go live with this other person and talk about the episode that we did a couple weeks ago while we just dropped the. I mean, maybe if you made a rhythm of it, maybe it would make sense, and your audience would be like, oh, okay, I know what's going on, I know what to expect. So I don't know. I mean, I haven't done it, so I haven't tracked it. So we'll see.
I've only done it after. Right? So I haven't tried it before, but I think it's a good idea to try it before to pump it up. But the after works pretty well too. So I mean, in marketing, or those of you that are working in marketing or focused on marketing, that you need to always be testing and seeing what's working for you, what doesn't work for you, and make adjustments. All right, so Billy, let's do one more, and then let's open up the floor on Clubhouse, see if anybody's got any questions or comments.
Let me see. Which one are we gonna do? Which one? Okay, we could always talk about social audio, but you guys are here. You know how powerful it is, or the people in Clubhouse anyway. One thing I think that is very efficient is to name your tribe, like name your listeners. Give them something to kind of chew on and be prideful about and build a community with. I think this is probably something that we could all do a little bit better, is instead of focusing so much on downloads and so much on numbers, like how do we focus on really growing relationships with the people that we have that are listening? How do we nurture those relationships and take care of them? So, maybe I should say give a place for your community to gather, or the opportunity for your community to become a community. And I think one part of that is, naming your tribe of people, to let them like feel that camaraderie of like, oh, cool, we are the whatevers. Like I call my tribe like the Creating for Money people, like money makers. And so I used to call them money grubbers, but somebody told me that's bad, and I thought it was great. But
yeah, that's very good. That does not sound very good at all.
Whatever. Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat in Clubhouse here, or anywhere you're watching or listening. Yep. Let me know what you think. Money makers or money grubbers? Because I will flip it back if I get majority grubbered.
How about it's the money makers with the leader, the money grubber?
What about the money? I am not a money grubber. Let's talk about what about the money making grubber? The money grubbing maker. I don't know. Forget it. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. You want to open this chat up a little bit and see if we can get some people. But before we do,
Clubhouse, okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say before we do, anybody that comes up on stage, you are being multi-streamed to several different places. So, I get some people on Facebook. Sid says money grabbers is no good, bro, or money grubber.
Money grubber, no good. So yeah, if you want to come up on stage on Clubhouse, raise your hand. We're happy to bring you. Just know that your voice is being sent out to the universe here on
to the masses.
Facebook and YouTube and Twitch and all that kind of stuff. So we'd love to hear any thoughts about the content that we shared tonight. You got any questions? We're happy to answer those questions for you. And then if, let us know what you think about the Creating for Money show is what we're calling it right now. So let us know what you think about that too. Hey, Dimple, it's great to see you. Oh, Billy, I can't hear Dimple.
Loving the content today. You guys brought so many great new suggestions and ideas. I was taking a lot of notes, but what I love even more is the cool dynamic between you two. It's like you guys are a good team, and it just makes me laugh, and it's an enjoyable. It's kind of I feel like I'm an audience member on a podcast show right now, and this would be Billy and Sid's podcast, and I feel like I'm just enjoying the show.
Awesome.
Thank you, Dimple. That's great.
Appreciate that. It's the Sid Billy Show. We just officially changed the name.
Yeah, we were going to call it the BS Show.
Well, that's probably more accurate. Oh, that's
But
probably
you
more.
know, Dimple, Billy and I have gotten to be friends over the last couple of years. I mean, we got to be good friends, and we joke around with each other. We help each other. We support each other. You know, thank you Clubhouse for introducing Sid and Billy together. But you know, it's really a great friendship, and you know, we give each other a lot of crap on the daily, but you know, we want to support the community of creators as much as possible, and we thought we would try this to see what this would be like. So we really appreciate your support. We're thinking about 3 days a week. Isn't that right, Billy?
Yeah, something like that. I think. Yeah. Probably 3 days, 3 days a week. We'll see what happens. Just depends on the
So
schedule.
Sid, I have a question for you. Okay,
Yeah.
I know that you have heard this term on Clubhouse of Clubhouse wife or wifey. So Sid, I'm gonna throw it back in another direction. Is Billy your Clubhouse husband?
Hold on. He doesn't need to answer
Actually,
that. The answer is
I'm
no. What are we talking about?
well, if we weren't live streaming on Facebook and Twitch and YouTube, I would actually use a different terminology, Dimple, but that's hysterical. He's just my brother from another mother. Let's do that. It's my bromance, right?
You guys been in the rooms like Brielle and everybody, like they're always talking about this is my Clubhouse wifey, and like I don't know, never mind.
I'm gonna steal a term from Katie Brinkley. Billy is my Clubhouse bestie. How's that?
Oh, Clubhouse Bestie. I like that.
Oh, I love that.
Clubhouse
It's
Bestie. That's
great.
what I'm talking
So I
about.
have a question. Did you guys meet like officially on Clubhouse and that's how you became friends, or did you know each other like somehow or know of each other but not know each other? Like how did you guys actually meet?
I think here on Clubhouse in podcasting rooms and
Yep,
me just
that
mentoring
was it.
Sid and all things business and podcasting, just really being like he cries sometimes because downloads are low. So
Oh, I'm
I
gonna
hold him,
mute you.
all that kind of stuff. So
Such a snot nosed
I,
brat.
Okay,
I'm like
I
his
know
biggest supporter.
show together, but honestly, I think if you guys did a show together, I would download every episode. You guys like are really good together and funny. You guys should do a show together.
Thank you, Dimple. It's really fun. We've been talking about doing a show together for like 6 months, and we ended up with a live stream because Billy likes live stream. But you know, we actually did meet on Clubhouse. We probably met in the podcast morning chat when that was happening early in the morning. And you know, as you know, Dimple, on Clubhouse, you start the conversations, you get to know people, then you go into the back chats. From there, it goes into Instagram direct messages and following each other. And from there, it goes to texting and then to phone calls. And so that friendship just developed over the course of time. And I mean, I talk to Billy every day. We text every day.
Yeah.
So it's a great relationship.
Yeah. So it
Clubhouse husband, Clubhouse
well, I don't
husband.
know about that. I don't think so. I'll be a lot of things, but I'm not gonna be your Clubhouse husband.
I don't want you to be either. I don't want you to be either. Oh
Oh,
my goodness. Dimple, thanks for coming up. Is there anybody else in Clubhouse that would like to raise their hand and come up and share? Please feel free to do so. We got some chats here. I want to. Oh, Gail's offended. Sorry, Gail. Gail, I still love you. That's great. Oh, she's
my
with
friend,
Dimple.
my friend Brent Basham over on Clubhouse says clubby hubby.
Oh my god.
I'll do a little pitch here for Brent. So Brent has a company called One Sheet Pro. So go to onesheet.pro, and it's a press kit, a digital press kit essentially, so you can get on there and man, it's really cool. Like I got my live stream shows on there, I got my YouTube channel on there. They've figured out a way to populate shows that you've guested on, so all of that is on there as well. So instead of Brent says not yet, so maybe I should chill out a minute.
Wait a
Not
minute.
yet.
He's
Not
not
yet.
on Clubhouse. So
He's on
where's he
Facebook.
watching it?
He's
Oh,
on
you said
Facebook.
Clubhouse.
Well, I met him on Clubhouse too. I mean, I don't have any real life friends. They're all just digital friends.
Because you live on an island. So
Anyway,
Billy, we're
go support Brent. He's a super great guy, making a really cool product. I don't know when all the things are gonna be ready, but it's definitely awesome. So
so Dimple,
Hey,
what
Bill,
was that you were saying?
yeah, quick question. So, like, I see that replays are off, and I know you guys are live streaming on different platforms. And a lot of the content, I mean, I think I got here in the very beginning, so I've been here for a bit. A lot of the content that you guys shared today was really, really informative and useful. So, for the people that they came late to the room, and replays are off. Like, is there another place where they can watch like this lot, like a replay of your live on, say, Instagram or somewhere else?
Oh yeah, so they can go to. Let me just. I'll pin the link of my YouTube channel because I'm streaming live there. So it's probably the easiest way. So let me copy paste it to myself, and
while you're
that'd be
doing that,
awesome.
Billy, don't forget the King Sumo
Oh yeah,
winners.
the giveaway. I forgot about the giveaway. Here we go. Let me real quick do this. I'll put it up there. Thanks for mentioning that, Dimple. I don't know why replays isn't on here, but this is a good way to drive some traffic to my YouTube channel. So here we go.
So, Dimple,
Oh,
this is
good.
our
Great.
first time. Oh, sorry, I just
Great
did something.
stuff.
So,
Today,
Dimple,
like the stuff that I'm sorry.
no,
Well-
go ahead. I couldn't hear you. Sorry, go ahead.
I don't know if it was Billy talking or Sid. I don't know. I was just saying, like, a lot of the stuff that you covered, I think it was, new information, never heard it before. And I just thought it was really useful. So I think for the people that are just here now, they might want to get all that information because I'm just saying, next time, come to the room on time. But it was really, very informative. Like, maybe give a quick recap of two or three of the things that you talked about that they can go watch the replay on YouTube.
Well, you also highlighted something else, Dimple. I mean, this is the first time we've done this like this. We did do a live stream yesterday too. But we are looking at what this looks like for the stored portion of the content. And what you just said was really, really good, where we could transcribe this. We could actually make this into social content, share it that way. So we're just starting to think about the things that we could do with this. We're actually playing around with names for this as well. So this is the first. We're going to try this out for 30 or 60 days, Billy, 3 days a week, and see what happens and take it from there.
Yep, exactly. That's what we're going to do. So speaking of giveaway, real quick. So if you guys got in here early, you saw the link. So several people signed up. And actually there's only two. Let's see. Actually, there's 3 people. And it doesn't show your names. Well, I can see that Mr. Blue won. And I can see that I.R. Coleman won, and George won as well. So if you guys are in the room, be sure to shoot me your email. I will shoot you the link to the free sponsorship download. So make sure you do that if you're still in the room. And if not, I got your email, so I'll just send it to you anyway. I got your emails. That was really dumb of me to ask for something I'm looking at. Wait, once again, this is the second time I use King Sumo, but it is $50 and it is killer for all the features and stuff that it has. So if you guys haven't checked out King Sumo and you want to do giveaways, this is a great opportunity to do that and to kind of give a little tip on this, and something that I'll be working on, because I work with sponsors all the time anyway, for the Creating for Money show. And Sid and I, we may change it, we may turn it into something else, but it's to use this giveaway feature and work with brands and have them sponsor different things, different events, different, whatever, live streams or clubhouse rooms or whatever that we're doing, and then be able to give it away and simply send them information from the people who jump in. So, yeah, that might be another good way to build your audience. I see Cliff Ravenscraft is over here on Clubhouse. I think or on Facebook. I think he just jumped out of the room.
He was on
so what's up,
Clubhouse.
Cliff? And Nee is over there. And Nee says, Billy, no backward cap. No, I got my hair cut. So, and I'm not going to tell all my secrets, but the reason why I wear that cap backwards is I'm here in Puerto Rico, and it's the only hat I have, and it is actually a sponsor's hat for a different project. And so I don't want to wear it and say something stupid and look like a big goof while wearing their brand. So I just turn it backwards.
All right. So Sean asked, first off, why does Billy sound like Sid? And Sean, you guessed it. We are live streaming. We're going Clubhouse through Billy. That was the best we could figure out, guys. At 15 minutes before 5 o'clock, we had all these technical problems. And then Sean,
terrible.
Sean, my plant is fake. It doesn't need any help. It probably just needs some dusting because it's a fake plant.
So Sid,
Sean, you must be watching on YouTube too.
Yeah, I think he is. I think he's doing YouTube. So I want to mention this too. Now, once again, I'm throwing mud on the wall and seeing what sticks, but my goal is to do several shows. Now, Sid and I have agreed to do 3. That's kind of what we're working on. I told my wife I got permission to do daily throughout the week, minus a couple days because I record podcasts or whatever. So probably still going to be 3. But we want to talk about the creator economy, how to help people, really create their own economy essentially through their gifts of whatever that looks like, whatever they're creating. So if you want to be on this live stream and join us, we want to have that conversation. So reach out to me. It's billy@creatingformoney.com and just send me a quick note and give me some topics. I think when you pitch somebody to be on their show, be on their podcast, bring the value and say, hey, here's what I can bring to the table. Here's how I can help. So I've reached out to several people, but I want to make sure I mention that. And I see Michael Sterling in the audience. Would love to have you on, man. Really anybody in the audience. I see Monty, Raphael, Sean. See a lot of people who would be great. Dimple. And we're going to be bringing on we're going to be doing a lot of content. So it'd be really cool to bring people on live. And then we're also working with bullhorn.fm. And tonight it didn't work, but they're actually super responsive. Trying to call me while we're on the live to say, hey, let's help you figure it out. So that was pretty cool. But going live on their platform as well. So that might be another place where it might be a little bit easier to engage. So, everybody's like kind of double dipping. They're here in Clubhouse. They're over on Facebook. They're checking out our YouTube channel.
Hey,
Love it.
Great
Yeah, it's so much fun.
So Billy, just for everybody listening, we're going to do Monday, Tuesdays, and Fridays at 5 p.m. Central Time. And as of Monday, it'll be 6 p.m. Eastern time, or where you are. So Monday, Tuesdays, and Fridays at 5 p.m. for about an hour. And we're going to try to do it on all these platforms. And maybe next time we can figure out how I could talk through my face on Facebook and you could talk through your face on Facebook.
No, I like you talking to my face. I'm honored that you're talking through my face, Sid. It's a huge honor.
I didn't have a choice.
I know. Awesome, man. Well, dude, is there anything else, Sid? Let me look on my list of stuff for the show rundown that I put together and then I forgot about. Oh, I know one more thing I wanted to do and make it a part of the show is one, I'm finding, anybody out there, like maybe Sean, maybe Raphael, Nice, some of the audio guys, Michael, if you know a place where I can get some fun stingers made or some fun intros or, whatever, let me know. Because the best I came up with was this sound. And Sid, after I play it, I want you to guess what this sound is. Are you ready?
Yes. Well, it's got to be something from that stupid Mr. Beast dude you were talking about earlier, but it's a trumpet, and in the trumpet is a muzzle thing in there. I don't know. What is it, Billy? I'm clueless.
It's a kazoo. All right, that's what the sound of it was. It was a kazoo. I'll play it one more time for all the people who love it.
Look, Billy on Clubhouse got it right. Sounds like a kazoo. Hey, Sean, you can raise your hand and come back up before we close if you wanted to. I think you wanted to answer the question, Sean. You're welcome to come up, bud.
All right, so I got 3 random questions. We'll invite Sean up. And actually, Sean and Dimple can be a part of this conversation as well. So what's up, Sean? How's it going, man?
It's going great, man. I make those stingers and imaging for people.
I knew you were going to come up here and pitch me, you son of a gun. I knew it. You Clubhouse pitchers, man. You guys are pitching me all the time, trying to get me to buy stuff. Sick of it.
Well, no, here's the thing. And I can just tell you where I get the stuff, but we do it all custom. So.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, well, dude, I'm going to reach out to you because this show would be a lot more fun if Sid and I talked less and we hit more buttons.
Here's the thing, guys. I will be on the show. I will be video because everyone's like, what does this guy look like? He says he has long hair. I've been not doing the video thing, so I'm going to do it first with you guys.
Sean with long hair?
Exclusive video feed. Yeah, I'm looking. We're going to go he's going to go exclusive on our show, Sid. How cool is that?
Sweet. All right, Sean, we got to pick a date.
Just tell me.
I'll just send you my email and you guys we'll make it happen.
Yeah, just pick Monday, Wednesday, Monday, Tuesday, or Friday. You just tell me when of any week.
Billy. Send him a Calendly. Okay.
Yeah, Sid.
Raph, don't
Sid,
listen. Send him a Calendly.
Sid's the
Well, I
business
was going
guy.
to send you guys my calendar, and then you just see when I'm free and pick it.
Perfect. Let's go.
Monday, Tuesday, Friday at 5:00 Central Time. So
Right.
pick your pleasure.
All right, so let's
Oh
jump
my
in.
God.
This is the last little segment of the show, and then we're going to get out of here and say goodbye because I got to go get ready to be interviewed, which is always fun. But I have picked 3 random questions from the internet that I have chosen to ask on this stage. And Sid, I'll ask you, and then Dimple and Sean, feel free to answer. All right, so if you could sing a duet with anyone, Sid, who would it be?
Oh, sing a duet with anyone. Okay, this is really easy. Carrie Underwood because she's hot.
Can you sing, Sid? Can you sing?
That's none of your damn business.
Oh.
Carrie, no. I actually, funny story. I met Carrie Underwood in the Nashville airport about 9 years ago at 7 a.m. with her posse. And she had just gotten engaged to the baseball player. And my buddy that we'd been in North Alabama working, and my buddy and I saw her. And then we thought it was her. And then the security guard said something, Miss Underwood. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And then, yeah, so but she's hot. Did you see that picture on Facebook from
okay.
Jason
Were you talking about?
Aldean last night?
No, I didn't. Sid, you
Sorry.
know why you saw her in the airport? Because you were stalking her, trying to get her to marry you and not marry her husband.
I plead the fifth.
And by the
Dimple,
way-
what you got for the answer to that question? So Billy make me shut up.
Well, I'm gonna say like maybe J-Lo, but oh my God, the person that I really want to answer, like I vision
Dimple,
her
she
and I
can't sing. She can't sing.
No,
I've been in the studio with her. It was all auto-tune.
well, that's okay, but she's hot.
That's true.
See, Dimple, right? She is hot. Yeah.
All right, what about you, Sean? You've been in the studio with a lot of people. Obviously, J-Lo as well. You're not singing with her. Who are you singing with?
Not Alive, Michael Jackson, and
that's good.
Alive, Bono.
All right. All right.
Oh yeah.
I'm not
Oh,
singing
so
with
Billy
anybody
and,
because I can't sing, but yeah, so yeah, and leave your answers in the chat too if you want to play along. So Ozzy Osbourne,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, that's a good one. Sean Morgan.
Well,
of
would that
Seether?
be singing though technically with Ozzy, or is it kind of screaming?
I have no idea. I just want to bite the bat or whatever he did, weirdo stuff. All right, cool. So let's move on to the next question here, and we got two more. What's up? Go ahead.
I remember the name. Actually, it was Taylor Swift is what I was gonna say, and I just couldn't remember the name. It's Taylor Swift.
That's a
Taylor
good
Swift.
choice.
That's a good choice. Yeah.
Brent Batcham on Facebook over here says, no love for Kermit the Frog.
And
Well, I
Nee
want
says he
the
wants to sing
original.
with Billy.
I would want the actor, the original Kermit, not the new one, because the original guy is not around. But he would be the one.
All right. Oh, Nee wants to sing with me. All right. I'll sing with the other Billy Thorpe. No, he's talking about me, Sid.
No,
He's talking about me.
He's
He's talking about me.
Angel wants to Amy Lee or Jonathan Davis. I don't know either one of them, but I do know Blake Shelton. Ooh, Lacey, love Billy Idol. That's a great one.
That's a
Yeah,
good one.
choice.
I would
Amy
probably sing with
number
Amy
two.
Amy Lee Sid, I believe, is from Evanescence. Is that right? The lead singer from Evanescence, I think.
I have no idea. All right, moving on.
I don't even know what that
I would
is.
sing with John Mayer, maybe. Or at least just watch him play guitar. I'd stand in front of him, just watch him play guitar.
You just got to hang around him because he's a chick magnet.
I mean,
Have you seen the women he's dated? Yeah.
Sean would put you in the audience if you don't calm down talking about John Mayer's sex appeal. All right, so what is the sexiest name and the least sexiest name, in your opinion? Sid?
This is too hard in such a short. Go to Sean.
All right, Sean,
It is.
Dimple, somebody.
It's too hard. It's like Friday. We're sitting here drinking wine.
I got an
and-
answer.
I don't have any wine
I knew
yet,
Sean had an
people. I was
answer.
drinking tea.
J-Lo
so-
is Sean's answer, I call it.
Well, I'll start with the least sexy name, Gertrude,
Okay, Gertrude, that's pretty good.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah.
We'll all agree.
and the sexiest name that I've come across was, what was her name actually? Chanel. and you know, everyone's like, oh, Coco Chanel, Chanel. No, but this girl's first name was Chanel. So that was the sexiest name that I've come across. But Gertrude, definitely. I'm sure there's some really hot Gertrudes out there, but I haven't met them.
I don't think you will.
All right. Let's move on. Last question
You gotta
here.
find better questions, Billy.
Hey.
Where are these questions coming from, by the way? Is this from like the live stream or where?
Oh no, just random questions I found. So last question here is: would you rather sleep wearing handcuffs or a bike helmet?
Definitely a bike
The bike helmet.
Because the handcuffs, you
yeah.
could pop a shoulder out, you could pull a muscle because you're twisting and turning. Your wrist can get dislocated. Think about when you're sleeping, how you're moving around, right?
Sean, the safety guy.
I think this should go on to MythBusters. Like personally, like somebody needs to run out, get some handcuffs and a bike helmet, and document this process and see what happens. So I'm gonna go with handcuffs because I just think a bike helmet would be so uncomfortable. But whatever.
Angel said
Just me.
handcuff
Well,
too.
you didn't qualify it though, Billy. Is it just on one wrist and then handcuffed
it's
to like the
how do you-
bed, or both hands together while you're sleeping?
I mean, do people just wear handcuffs on one hand?
But are you handcuffed
but
to
it-
anything
but
or
it
just
could
to
be on-
yourself? I mean, there's way too many
Oh yeah, okay.
ways
You guys are
that
too
that could
analytical.
go, so
Well, it could be on one hand and then you're handcuffed to the bedpost, right?
You know what?
Stop it.
I'm about to whip you guys into shape. Now knock it off. I need some more sound effects. I'm
Oh
getting
my
trouble.
God.
Hey, who got these questions and asked? And now that we're participating, you're shutting us down? Come on.
This is what I get for getting left brain people on the stage and asking questions. Well, depends on what angle I'm sleeping in with my handcuff.
My answers were okay. Do not compare me with Sean. Come on, stop.
Oh my God.
All right, you guys
Too
are
much
too much fun.
fun.
Yeah, too much fun. Too much
Temple,
fun.
you still didn't answer the sexy name and non-sexy name question.
Oh, because that requires me to like really think about it. Well, okay, I can tell you. Okay, does it have to be a guy's name or a girl's name? That's a question because it's like, I need to know
Whatever
that.
you want.
Sure.
Exactly.
We heard girls' names, so guys' names would be great.
So sexy girl name is Victoria, like as in Victoria's Secret. What else do you want to know?
What's a non-sexy guy's name?
Alfred.
Did you ever date an Alfred?
No.
Is this going back to past traumas? Okay, I'm just checking. Because like when I think about girls' names I hate, I think about girls that I hate. It just like comes all at the same time.
Yeah,
No.
Billy. Gertrude messed me up, man.
Yeah, no, I wasn't gonna call you out, Sean, but I knew that was the case.
Mostly date people with the name John. So I did not date anyone with the name Alfred. No. I don't
Oh,
even think I
too
got
funny.
hit on with anyone with the name Alfred.
all right. You guys have been an absolute blast. This has been a really fun show. Actually, it was a lot more fun than I anticipated it to be, Sid. You know, because you're just a little boring, but anyway, it's been good.
Billy, I love you, man. It really, for
It
our
was
first
fun.
time out doing it like this, live
Yeah.
streaming on all these platforms and including Clubhouse, it's been a lot of fun. We'll be here 3 times a week. We look forward to bringing this content, having fun. Dimple, thanks for coming up and sharing your thoughts on the show and what you thought about it, the insights you gave us, the tips. Thank you very much, Sean. Always great to see you. All of you that joined us down the listening lounge, thanks for being here and for all the chats. What a great use of the room chat today. So,
Oh my
a lot
gosh.
of fun.
Raphael's like whips and handcuffs, Billy. Okay then. Oh,
Raph,
man.
you can have him over the whips and handcuffs.
Dude, Michael Sterling's on it. Least sexy dude's name is Chad. I 100% agree with that. Like, all right, this has been so much fun. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much. And real quick, just in Clubhouse, since this is where our community hangs out the most, let us know. Like, give us a little thumbs up if you've enjoyed the show, if you enjoyed the format, all that kind of fun stuff. If you've been here for the whole time, because we, put a lot of work into it, but we'll definitely, keep them coming like this. And we're always open to, hey, try this or try that or do this or do that. So we're just having fun and trying to just build a really cool community. So appreciate you guys. And that is all from us. We'll see you in the next. What?
Billy,
Go
this was
Dimple.
so- you guys gotta bring this same type of show next time. I had so much fun. I absolutely loved
We
this
will,
show.
I promise.
Oh, it's
You guys
going to
are-
get better. The more comfortable I get throwing Sid under the bus, the better it's going to get.
Billy, you have a new name. It's not Dollar Bill. It's Billy Vanilli now.
All right. I'm just going to document this.
Me. It wasn't me. It was in the chat. I'm
documenting this. Sean is not allowed on stage anymore because he reads the chat. Okay. And he doesn't like J-Lo. So make notes of that.
Sid and Billy. Sid and Billy and the Sid, like Billy the Kid.
Oh,
Billy
yeah, dude.
Sid.
Billy and the Sid. That's a good name. Yeah, that's
Billy
funny.
and the Sid. I don't know that I like being at the end of the sentence. I mean, I'm the good looking, the older one, the more mature one,
you got
the
this
business
definite
brain one.
article in front of your name.
Yeah, you're the front part of the mullet, and I'm the back part.
Right.
So yeah.
Silly Billy.
Billy and the Sid.
Billy and the Sid is brilliant.
I love it. I was gonna start this show. I get a friend of mine. His name, they call him Fizz. Like that's his nickname. And so I was like begging him to start a podcast called Billy and the Fizz. Like so it'd be so much fun. And then he wouldn't. So I thought, you know what? I'm just gonna like do that and drink beer, like Billy and the Fizz. Like here we go.
Oh my gosh.
Anyway,
you guys
all right.
are something else. Have a great weekend, everyone.
Yeah, we'll talk to you guys later. See ya.
See ya. Thanks for joining us.